Hello, Budget Besties. It is me, Zero Based Budget Girl, and welcome to today's video. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Zero Based Budget Girl. I use the program called YNAB to budget my family's finances. We are a zero income household. Oh my God. We are a single income household. We do not have any debt currently, and we are trying to stay that way. So today I am going to be entering some transactions from this past week into our budget. And so we're just gonna have a little yap and budget sesh. So grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let's get into today's video. Okay, hi. So like I said, today we're going to be entering some transactions. I'm first going to go over to our joint checking account because our savings account is good. That is the correct balance. So nothing has changed in our savings. We've got 25,539 in there. But in our checking account, however, some things have come out since the last time I updated it. And it looks like it's not even anything all that serious, it's just a credit card payment. So I'm gonna hit add transaction, and it is a payment to my US bank card for a total of $1,801.98, bringing our balance to $2,783.45. That's correct. I'm gonna reconcile that. Great, love that for us. Amazing. Too easy. All right, so that's our cash. I'm gonna go ahead and hop down to our credit cards. And first up is our Chase credit card. I just have two things to add here. One is for the shop at, ooh, why is this capitalized? The shop at, I went and grabbed some, whoa, oh my goodness. I need some wine. I just got like a small little box of wine to cook with. Oh no, my baby's napping, so hopefully he's moving around. Hopefully he'll let me finish this video really quick. What was I yapping about? Oh, $4.99, not $5.99. I need some wine to cook with. So unfortunately, I live on base, and I normally do most of my shopping at the commissary, but the commissary does not sell alcohol. So I had to go to the shop at, or the class 6, or whatever you want to call it, the gas station. And that's where they sell alcohol. So I had to go over there to get some wine so I could use it for a recipe. I made some little pot roast or whatever. I needed a cup of red wine to go with it for it to simmer in or whatever. So that's that. And then I have this Amazon digital payment, which is for our Discovery Plus, which reminds me, I need to see if I can subscribe to Discovery Plus not through Amazon, because as you know, well, if you don't know, I'm like boycotting Amazon. I'm done with Amazon. I have not shopped at Amazon for a couple of months now. And yeah, so I need to see if I can get my subscription not through Amazon so I can be completely done with Amazon for real. But for now, that's where we are. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying. But $10.61 for our not Disney Plus, our Discovery Plus subscription, because your girl gotta watch her 1,000-pound sisters. Gotta watch my 90-Day Fiance, all my little trashy reality shows. Got to. All right, so our balance on our credit card is now $522.71. So gonna reconcile that. Perfect. Moving on to our American Express card. Husband went and filled up the water jugs for the drinking water in our kitchen. It was $260 for three jugs. 260 times 3. And then, oops, I wasn't done. Plus, $250 for 2 other jugs. It's so stupid. So there's like 3 machines out there, and one of them, I don't know if it's one of them or 2 of them. I don't know. The pricing isn't the same. It's $260 on 1 or 2 of the machines, and then it's $250 on another machine. So this different depending on which machines my husband uses. He usually like fills them up simultaneously, so he'll put you know, 3 jugs in at a time in each machine if the other people aren't there, so you can fill them up, you know, more quickly. So we have various charge amounts depending on which machine he's using. So so the 2 other jugs he filled up were $2.50 a piece, so it's $5. And that's for water. Yep. Okay, so $12.80 for drinking water. This week we had our Netflix subscription come out, which is $19.11. We plan on canceling Netflix again. I think we're gonna do 1 more month of it and then cancel it, because Bridgerton comes out at the end of this month. Or right at the end of this month, I think. I forget. Bridgerton comes out soon, so I gotta watch Bridgerton. So, yeah, and then I need a little bit more time to catch up on some of the other shows that we missed while we were unsubscribed to Netflix. Long story short, we deleted Netflix like a year ago, I think. Hadn't used it all year long. We waited all the way up until around Christmas time when Stranger Things came out so that we could resubscribe, and then use this time to catch up on all of the shows that came out during the year. So yeah, so we're gonna just keep this for, I said maximum 3 months. I wasn't doing any more than 3 months. If I don't watch everything I need to watch within 3 months of the subscription, then sucks to suck. I'm just gonna have to wait until next year when we decide to resubscribe again at the end of the year to catch up on everything. So anyway, that's $19.11 for that. My husband's cell phone bill came out. So that is $65 for T-Mobile. Oops, clear button. Okay, and then our Disney Plus subscription, which we don't actually pay for. We get credited on our American Express card monthly for that. So sooner or later there will be an inflow for the credit for this Disney Plus subscription. All right, leaving our balance $197.13, which is correct. Got some overspending, which I will address in a moment. It's definitely going to be our monthly subscription line because I don't think I adjusted it and accounted for Netflix in our monthly subscriptions yet. So I don't know. We'll see when we get there. All right, next I'm going to hop over to my US Bank card. I'm going to clear this payment. All right, so I have a couple transactions for the commissary, and I'm going to put these ones towards week 3 of groceries. And I'm just going to combine them all in one line because I'm not going to put a bunch together. So $4.23 was for the first transaction. $34.63 was for the next transaction. $54.41 was for the third transaction. Actually, let me do a split on this one. Week 3, so that way I just don't have a bunch. 93.27. All those total. Okay. And then household stuff. $8 there. So you can add 8 to our total. And save and add another. Next up, we went to this local diner in town, a waffle and pancake place, for breakfast this last weekend. $34.81 spent there. My husband really wanted to go get hash browns. I think that place is pretty mid, but my husband really likes it. So I don't know. I said, yeah, we can go. We went to Texas Roadhouse and got some food. It was a very, very mid experience. Yeah, so $65 pretty much wasted there. That was kind of annoying. What did I order? I ordered like the beef tips or something, and like she brought the food out, and like it was supposed to come with like smothered like onions and mushrooms and like gravy and everything, and she was like, oh, like they're still working on the mushrooms and onions, it'll be a couple minutes for like to come out. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, cool, whatever. So like I was waiting, and like I was just eating my bread and eating our little appetizer we got, and just playing with the baby, just kind of waiting for the rest of the topping of my meat to come out. And then after like maybe like 5 minutes, by 5 or 10 minutes, she came back and was like, it's gonna be a while, like da, da, da. And I was kind of like, okay. So by this time, like I was waiting because I was expecting, you know, my sauce to come out, and it never did. And like by the time I was like, okay, well, let me just eat my freaking beef tips. Like they were like cold, and yeah, so I was kind of annoyed with that whole situation. But I mean, I guess she said that they had a fire or something in that area of the kitchen or something. It's still like not all together, so it like gets backed up. I'm like, is it really that hard to saute some onions and mushrooms, y'all? Like, let me go find a little corner in the kitchen. I'll do it myself. Like, and then my husband, he got a burger, and he said his burger like wasn't that great. He was like, wait, they even put no seasoning on this or what? Like, I don't know. He wasn't impressed with his burger. That was our first time having Texas Roadhouse. I've only ever had the rolls there. Like I like go and I just order rolls to go. We never like actually sat down and ate there before, because I love their rolls. The rolls are so good, and that butter, oh my god. So at least we were happy with our rolls and our we got the little, I forget what it's called, but the little onion like petal thing. We got one of those. So we were happy with that. But our actual meals ourselves, neither of us were impressed. All right, next up, the Asian supermarket. Made a line specifically for this purchase because I realized I needed one. I spent $81.18 at the Korean market. Got some ramen that I've never tried before. And some milkis, which is like yogurt, like soda stuff. I grabbed some anchovy, like soup stock, so I'm gonna make kimchi jjigae. I also grabbed some samjang and just random stuff, like some tteokbokki, or I guess tteok, not tteokbokki. I just got the rice case, the tteok, and so I can make tteokbokki later. But yeah, just grabbing little random things that there's. So we went. So, let me refresh this while I'm yapping. So we went to El Paso. We drove down to El Paso, and there's like a big like Korean supermarket there. So I grabbed things that in our town, we have that's like a little small like Asian supermarket in town here, but it's very small, and they don't have like a whole lot of, they have a little bit of like things from all different types of like Asian countries. I'm mostly into Korean things because that's what I know. I'm familiar with Korean food and things like that. I lived in Korea in the past. There's some things at the market here that they don't carry, but the big Korean market does carry. So I was definitely like trying to grab things that I know that we don't have at our little market here. But yeah, I even bought like little salted or fermented like shrimp, tiny little shrimps, because I'm gonna try to make my very own kimchi. I'm excited to try that. But yes, anyway, yapping. Focus. What am I doing? Sorry, that refresh broke my brain. Okay, anyway, all right, yeah, so I just put the supermarket in. Cool beans. Okay, I add a couple more commissary transactions again. This one's, I'm gonna split this between week 3 and week 4 and household stuff. Oh, and puppies on here too. Okay. All the things. This is a big one. All right, so $14 for this first transaction for week 3, and then on this one I have $13.76 going towards puppy. Now week 4 of groceries, I have an $88.80 transaction and a $23.88 transaction. $24.03 for household stuff. I bought a big pack of paper towels. That's what that is. I remember that much. And that's that. So total of $164.47 for all those things. Save that. And then I have a credit going towards week 4 of groceries inflow of $23.88. I went to the commissary and I was like, I have $20 to spend because I was really trying to stay good and stay in our grocery budget for that week. And I needed to grab some things. And when I went to go swipe my credit card, I got a text from my bank and they were like, would you like to use points to cover this purchase? And I was like, well, yes, I would. So that $23.88 I spent ended up being a basket full of free groceries because I used points to cover that expense. Yay. I just realized that my supermarket did not go through. 81.18. There we go. Save. I wonder if I hit cancel or something. I don't know. All right. So our balance on this card is now $140.59. So we're going to reconcile that. And that's good to go. And these remaining cards have no balance on them. So, like I mentioned earlier, I need to look at what this overspending is. I have 3 overspent categories. So I'm gonna leave this monthly subscription one overspent for the time being, just so I know how much I need for the month, for this next month with like Netflix and everything in it. Cause I know I've changed a couple things as far as subscriptions go. I think we might have gotten rid of some things, might have added some things. So I don't really know what our monthly subs are sitting at right now. I could probably go back and look at it, or I could, I could go figure it out myself if I went to, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna just wait till the month is over and see what the activity was for the month of January, and then adjust that for moving forward for February. So we're just gonna leave this as is right now. Whenever this is, when the month ends here in a couple of days, I'll just pull it from ready to assign. However, week 4 of groceries, let's go ahead and fix this. We are overspent by $8.80. I'm gonna cover this overspending with week 3. We had $10.18 left in the week 3 budget, so I'll move that over to cover that. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that for now. I don't know why this is red right now. I don't know, something's off here, but I don't know. We'll visit this again. I don't want to. Let me see. I don't know. Let me look at the budget, see if I can figure it out really quickly. What's this 282 ready to assign? That's weird. I don't know what this 282 is or where it came from, but I'm gonna move it down to holding for now. And I do recall needing to move a couple things around. One thing I decided to do, I decided to change this last week of groceries to only needing $60. So I'm going to edit this target. So I'm gonna take that 20 out there. And then also I'm going to remove this $100 that's here because it already came out for January, and then it was like rolled over from December because for some reason I think it didn't come out in December. I don't know, something was off here. So that got funded twice essentially. So I'm gonna take that out and we'll just roll that into next month instead. Okay, this is incorrect. This should not be my fund money. This shows just subscriptions as my husband's cloud storage. So there's that. Let's see, is that yeah, something slightly off about this budget today. I'm trying to find what it is. Well, that was one thing that got miscategorized as my fund money when it was not. And when I say there's something slightly off about this budget, I mean, so I use YNAB on my phone, and I like for our budget, and then for YouTube purposes I use the desktop version, and I manually, it's what you're looking at is a copy of our actual budget. I manually put everything in for YouTube side of things, just so I can change the names of things, and just I don't want everybody and their mama knowing who I am, where I am, and all these things. Just for that reason, I put a copy of our budget instead of having just like it automatically, coming through and things like this. So sometimes I make mistakes when I am copying our budget over for the YouTube side of things. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is not matching up with our real budget? Like I said, this is totally our real budget. Like everything you see, this is exactly how things are spent. Like I said, I just rename things for the sake of privacy. All right, so this is leaving us. This is way too much money in holding. 600. Something is really off here. What the heck? I'm so confused. All right, well, I'm gonna look at this credit card here. 540. That's correct. That's correct. This is not correct, but I don't know why though. Bless me. Thank you. Total spending $992.93. That's correct. I probably messed something up combining these commissary things. I'm gonna pull something out of holding, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna see. Does this make it right? All right. For whatever reason, in my actual budget, I have $155.59 available for payment here. So I just went ahead and just threw that in there. I don't know. I'm a little confusion there, but we owe 140, but I have 155 available, so I don't know. But for the sake of these matching, I'm just gonna leave it that way, and we'll figure it out a little later on down the line if we need to. All right, leaving us $349.31. Okay, that was the issue. Now everything's normal, everything's fine. So I'm gonna put this $349.31 back into holding and be done with it. Yes. So great, love that for us. I think this should probably linked to this overspending right here. That's why that's probably yellow, because I got that $19.99 that needs to be covered for Disney Plus, which I know for a fact is on this card, but we will get credit for that, so that should fix that. Plus, I think Netflix is also on here. Yeah. I did not account for Netflix this month. So once again, like I said earlier, at the end of the month, I'm going to see what we were under budgeted for our monthly subscriptions and adjust that moving over towards February. But after February, we shouldn't need that $19.11 for Netflix, because I'm not going to be resubscribing after February. So yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll just pull it from holding at the end of the month when the time comes to address that. So for now, I'll leave that. Ignoring that, everything else looks good. Everything else is fully funded. All of our dollars have a job. They're all in their little virtual envelope where they belong. And yeah, and that will be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you're doing well. Hope that you guys are staying warm and healthy in this freezing cold weather we're having this week. Well, some of us, depending on where you are. And yeah, staying healthy. I know a lot of people are sick right now. My husband is saying like half of the people he works with are people like, not people he like works directly with, but like, anyway, a bunch of people at work, his work, sick. And I'm like, ugh, I need you to start wearing a mask to work, sir. Because don't you bring none of that home to me and our baby, please and thank you. So I'm about to get him some masks so he can mask up while he's out and about doing his job, and hopefully not catching any of this flu, corona, COVID, or COVID. What else they got going on? They got friggin' something else, but yeah, y'all can keep that. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.